So we've got flour in our bowl because we are doing bread. We're preparing my bread for lammas, and I'm doing my beer bread. But we're doing my beer bread focaccia. It's not necessarily the focaccia recipe, but this is my recipe that I've made, and I've made it a couple of times now, and it's worked amazingly. So all you need to do is get some flour. I'm using it with self-raising flour as well, to be honest. That's all I have, so I'm just making do with what I use. So because beer as well has got yeast, so you don't need to add any yeast, so hence you can do that, and it goes into like this foaminess. So I'm going to mix it in first. But I'm going to put a load more in because we want it to stretch. You're going to think, oh my god, it's going to be so sloppy. No, because we're going to add oil into it as well. So I'm going to mix it in. You can always add more flour, but first I'm just going to mix it all in. And because I'm using a golden ale, the Elsinore, how pretty is that? It's like a pin-up as well, and that's meat all over. So I'm mixing it in, but I'm going to be putting a lot of oil in as well, but gradually. So I'm going to leave it, I'm going to put a damp tea towel over it, like to prove in a way. So this is the preparation. We're going to put some herbs in it, and we're going to put some garlic as well, because I'm going to make some soup. So we're going to do some pepper soup later, and it's all going to be ready for lammas, which is tomorrow. For those who don't know what it is, I'm still learning, always learning, but my understanding it's the first harvest. It's the first like pagan harvest festival, which is related to wheat, so like grain, hence you got your beer, hence you got your flour. So that's the crop for this harvest. And the pagan wheel, you have different harvests for different times of the year. That's my understanding. So I've mixed it all in. It looks quite gross at the moment, but as you can see, it's quite sloppy. But that's fine, you can work with that. But I'm going to put some oil in. So I'm using the mint olive oil. So this is homegrown mint, and I've infused the olive oil, and that is just extra virgin olive oil or any other olive oil that you wanted to choose, and I'm popping it in here. And I'm going to get more flavour, because it's all about flavour. It's a celebration, and it's all about intentions as well, because I'm being an eclectic wit, so that's who I am. So mint is really good for lots of different properties. So I'm going to pop that in, if I can get it out. And that is it. I'm going to put all of this in. Mix it in. So it's going to be like an oily mixture, but that's going to be absolutely fine. I'm going to put a pinch of salt, but we're going to do Himalayan pink salt because that's like the healthier salt. And mix that in. And we're going to add more oil later on. And if you need, if it looks, but it doesn't look like sloppy, you can just absolutely fab and it'd be fine. So, but if it looks too liquid, then all means add more flour. And I will be doing later anyway. And I'm going to put some like other grain as well. I might put some like semolina grain in it to make that texture all crunchy on the top, crisp at the top. But do you want the bubbles? That's what it's all for. Sorry, I should have put my phone in silent whilst I was doing this video, but it's not my fault. People want me today. Right, that is on there. I'm going to put a pinch of sugar in, and I'm going to put some herbs in now as well to help it all infuse together. And I'm going to put some salt. Thinking positive energy. Pink is like for love as well. So I'm wanting love, self-love, cleansing, prosperity, celebrating the amazing hard work of the farmers and Mother Earth. Like so. What else? So shall I add some herbs? Let's go with some herbs. So I'm going to put some basil, sage. Yes, let's do this. So I'm going to put some basil in. If you've got fresh herbs, that would work amazingly because it's from the thing. I've got just dried, but I've got organic ones, so that's fine. It's whatever you have in the house. I might add a little tiny bit. Shall we make it green? It's going to go a little bit green, but I'm going to put some goodness in. I might add a tiny bit of spirulina, which is an algae, which is organic anyway. It is to die for. It's full of vitamins, minerals that your body needs. And it's got iron in, so I'm a vegetarian, and sometimes people think, how can I get iron that I need? Because some people say it's all in meat. No, absolutely, you can get it in your green vegetables and other things, and you can get it in spirulina. So with this one, because I don't want my dough to be completely green, I want to have a nice thing. So, and the fact that my parents will be eating this as well, and they don't want to look green bread. So I'm just going to put a shimmy, just a shimmy. That's what just because it's gonna, yes, it does make the bread look a bit bluey green, but it's natural, it's meant to be. And it hasn't gone off. It's just exciting. We're not beating the air out, we are just folding. So round the outside and in, round the outside and in. smells amazing. This is where it should be a total like, what do you call it, like smell vision, because this smells good. Just seeing the dough just like come together, and now we're just going to be leaving this as well. But I just want to, that looks so good. Try to show you like that. Yeah. I would love to hear what other recipes that you do. This is mine, like I've made this one up myself. I've done it a couple of times now, and bearing around and changing some of the flavours. I haven't used it with this ale or beer, but it's whatever you had in the house. So that's part of my vintage motto as well. Just make do with what you have. And that's part of being a witch as well. It's all the best intentions. And I've got a little flour left, so I just might add that in. And I'm going to add some more salt. I might use a pinch of sugar just to help the yeast in the beer, but because the beer has got sugar in, because it's alcohol, you should be absolutely fine. Just mix that in, and you're not beating. You're doing it gently, because you're not beating the air out. Because you want the dough to be nice. So we're going to have a sprinkle, only a sprinkle, so getting a pinch. I have washed my hands, by the way. It's just a sprinkle of sugar. Mary Poppins, where it goes, a spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down, the medicine go down, the medicine go down. There's a spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down in the most delightful way. That kind of thing. So that's what got a really good mixture now. That's a dough. So excited for later. So we're going to put a nice, like a damp tea towel on, and we're going to put it in a warm place. And it is a warm day as well, so I should be fine having it just placed in the kitchen near the window. But if it's not, you can always put it on a window ledge near your radiators if they're on, or the airing cupboard. This is like the proving time to do its thing, and let all your intentions when you make your bread work into it. That's how I think it's giving it time. So you've put all the goodness in it, and now we've got now putting it all together. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get, this is a clean tea towel. I'm going to spritz it with a little bit warm water. Not too much damp, or not that much damp, because you don't want it to go funky, but it's enough, like a little bit. You can use cling film, but I'm just using, like, I was always taught, I don't know why, this on here, damp tea towel. So that's what I'm going to do. Fold it over. I'm popping it underneath the lights, because the lights are on at the moment, so that's warmth as well. As I have finished with my mint olive oil as well, what I'm going to do is going to clean this out and then pop it under the moonlight tonight, so pop it outside, and then it's charged, my bottle, ready for another oil that I might be putting in there, that I don't know what I'm going to do yet. So it gives you time to think about it as well. So that's that done. And later I'm going to add some oil. And this, if it looks like it's too liquidy, like I said, all means feel from your inner peace, inner self, grab some more flour if necessary and fold it in. And then we're going to pop it on a tray because it is going to be like focaccia bread, so it's going to be it's like a flat, rectangular. So it's going to be in like one of these, but whatever you have. So one of these, and I'm going to put some oil at the bottom so it is nice and moist. And I'm going to put in some garlic in there. I'm going to the shops later on, and we're going to get some sun-dried tomatoes or whatever I can find in this time. And then we're going to put that in the oven so it's nice and golden on the top and it's crisp at the top, because we want it nice in the middle and crisp on the top. Very, very good. So I'm going to go now because I'm preparing for lammas today. So I've got my tent outside already. I'm going to meet my friend later on as well. I'm going to get some sunflowers. I hope to find some sunflowers from the shop because it's part of the celebration. It's sun, harvest and things. So see what else I can get. But thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later. Signing off with Miss Helena Grace.